Opening up audio. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because you didn't declare that you were pulling your blow and you critted, so it's like, oh, well, you probably mega killed them then. I guess we would just ask Jebek real quick, like, uh, he's about to drink this. No questions asked. What's gonna happen? Other than you getting in trouble for it. Okay, but how would that manifest for somebody? Like, is that, do you see like dreams and hallucinations, or is it just kind of taste like fear sweat? Yes, I understand. It's memory. You know, well, here's my question then. How would is there some way somebody could put them back in the bottle after they've consumed it? Like, can they place a memory back in there that isn't theirs? Hmm. Well, just because they were allegedly the memories of the best gift anybody ever received doesn't mean they're things that are actually going to be pleasant to you. Just because it was pleasant to them. Hmm. Yeah. Well, oh, it's you're getting other people's memories. You're if you're I'm gonna say this for somebody who's already got three people's memories floating around in his head. I don't know if this is gonna make things better or worse. I don't think this is going to. Well, eh, oh, and so it's wait, no, so it's just that you upon completion of the agreement of this contract, the memory is taken. Uh, well, Yeah, he is. He said it at the table. This is happening. I want. Yeah. Oh, I mean, she's not going anywhere. If anything, I'm probably going to take the living ones with us. You're going to get the memory of some farmer the time that the Lord Mayor of the town decided to impart steel tools upon his farm. Is, oh, blessed these, sir! I shall continue working. Oh, like that's an interesting sort of memory, but that's not outside the realm of things that might occur here. This place is weird. Or it could be Kenku getting like its favorite shiny thing. Pinhead? Huh. Tell me more. Oh, but by the way, I would have been kind of pulling and gathering all the beat up ones together here. Oh, you get yourself a head change finally? You know, this is actually an amazing tool for therapy if you only put the memories of things that you're trying to, not have to deal with again in there. Would be too. Yep. Well, I mean, especially if you keep looking back at the. Well, I think it's a pretty useful tool. You should probably stash it in your box because we don't want it free floating around. That way it isn't easy to detect. And then you know what? I don't know about you folks here. What to do with you? Like, I don't want to hurt you. Don't want any harm to be coming to you. But like, what? What? I how how many people in Long Scarf's employ have one of these implements? Sorry. Oh, things don't always have to be. See, not everything has to be an exchange. If you make everything a market exchange, then you never have families. Like, think about that. You wake up. It's like, oh hey, did you pay rent on using that bed today? Oh, like, do you are did you pay for the food that you're going to be cooking? They, mm, yeah, it's if everything's a market exchange where everything between everybody is done only by contract and by no other means, then essentially society breaks down under all the rules and regulations required to do anything and everything required just to survive throughout the day. So, does that make any sense? Do you like understand the idea of doing things without contracts? Is that foreign to you? Well, you see, there isn't violence going on now, and so the hospitality is started once more. Things aren't just a binary. It is this or it is that. Things are transitory. Change. Things happen. Do you? All right. Well, I mean, do you even like working for Long Scarf? Is that what you all aspire to do? Does that does that mean everybody blindly follows him? Are you saying in your society the one who is dubbed to be the best is the one who controls and calls all the shots? Well, well, I mean, I'm sure we'll encounter him. I'm sure we'll encounter him at some point. That's right. Hmm. Wait a second. Oh, god damn it. It doesn't look like my audio has been capturing you guys correctly, so let me switch that up. Say
Oh,
something.
oh, big sad.
Well, good to catch it now. Uh, Catching up to anybody who's missed what was going on here, and I guess it's probably where things are going to open up. Um, YOLO drank thing from the memory gourd, which he is now the holder of, and it was a weird memory.
A drink of memory from the
The memory gourd's an interesting thing. You can drink into it and provide memories and get them out of your head, or you can drink memories out of it if you know what they are, if you know what you're looking for. So, interesting thing. That's what the long scarf was using to accumulate memories of people receiving gifts that they enjoyed, or whatever else he may have had his people asking for whom we have beat up and are now continuing to kind of question while we, I don't know, going with them. We'll figure that out.
By the way, YOLO, did you put that in your item box?
Yeah, I absolutely did.
Okay, can you roll perception for me?
Yeah, I will roll perception for you. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, it felt like the buttons were sticky, like you had to press a couple of times to get it to respond.
uh, damn. Yeah, that was a skill check.
Whoa,
Okay.
do you have a virus?
Me? No. The buttons are sticky.
Yeah. Which buttons?
It was sticky, you say?
Yeah, but like when I say sticky, I mean laggy. You know, like when you're playing
Right.
Star Citizen and you try to call the elevator.
Exactly. I was going to say, you're talking about the buttons on your on your HUD.
Interesting. That's so
Your
this is
UI.
real life. This is real life for me. This is not Star Citizen. Give me a second. It's probably nothing. Well, no. So the reason why I did that, right, out of character, right, is because in Star Citizen, if I play the game enough, eventually I just click the button a couple of times and just fucking wait.
Yeah,
right.
Because of
But
course,
if it's a new game, if it's my life, right, then I might
laggy, or is this just the way it is?
Yeah, I might be a little paranoid, but nah, okay. Whatever.
Did you mention it aloud that it was laggy?
I might have gone, yeah.
What's wrong, bro?
Little brain lag.
When you say lag, did the interface not just pop, or did it kind of?
It sort of felt like how Morrowind feels when it's running correctly. Like when you put an item away and then you hear a sound effect after the item is being put away, rather than like, when you actually put an item away and then you hear a sound. Normally. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna put an item away in real life, you hear the item going in your bag, yeah? Right. But if you're like playing Morrowind and you like select an item and you put it in your bag, it makes a sound effect and the sound effects have to play from a file, right? It feels like that.
Oh, so this is pre-mod Morrowind where everything was super lagtastic no matter what you had done.
Yeah.
Or, Star Citizen.
You click on a thing and then it goes.
The elevator arrived, but it didn't open the door. If I click open door, the door's there and the elevator's there.
You just put the Gordy Gourd in there, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you get a warning pop up?
No, I didn't get no pop up.
Could you focus on it in the doobly-doo and see if there's anything that kind of pops up?
Yeah, sure. I bring out my character sheet and I look at it in the inventory.
Where was your character sheet?
My character sheet is in my smoking jacket.
Okay.
I think it is anyway, because I don't see it in my box.
You can't put them in your boxes. You guys tried that on day one.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, my character sheet, dirty backpack. No, that should be smoking jacket.
Cool. I was just asking out of curiosity, so it's not a big deal either way. I was just curious. But yeah, you pull your character sheet out. You unroll it. It looks the same as it did before. I mean, you can roll, I guess, what, insight or investigation if you want to take a really close look, I suppose.
Okay.
Look at your items. How do they look?
Yeah. In my items, like, is the memory gourd there? Is all the other stuff there?
Yeah. So you unfurl it to your inventory, and at first there's nothing in the display. But like maybe 700 milliseconds later, it pops in, and the list is exactly as you expect it to be.
Insight or investigation is what you said?
Yes.
Oh, so close.
Nice. Yeah, no, 17 is great, man.
No, so close it almost rolled to 3.
Gotcha.
I almost rolled 3 4s in a row.
Gotcha. That's funny. But yeah, I know. If you had to guess, you would say that it was probably operating at a very high ping.
Okay. I was also just reading my portal manual, my interdimensional porter manual. Though it might not talk about it in sort of like means of, let's say, game interfaces like I know about. Perhaps there is maybe a section about items intersecting with personal dimensional items like a bag of holding or like my box, for instance. So I know that I am not exactly from this dimension and that I am visiting this dimension and that my item is visiting this dimension as well, but has a dimension in it. And there could be some kind of like Russian doll thing going on here. Perhaps the manual talks about this.
Taken?
Oh, how much space is being taken is a good one too. Like if all the memories are inside of the gourd and that's being held, then technically I'm holding all of the memories inside my gourd or inside my backpack and inventory as well.
Yeah, though it appears to behave as if it is, basically a half-gallon jug.
Yeah, exactly. So there's more information in the half-gallon jug than just a half-gallon jug. And perhaps that's fucking with the interface.
Interesting. There's no indication that that's the case. Like the memory gourd seems to take up the space and weight that you would expect it to, as far as your character sheet is concerned.
Yeah.
Can we query the system to see how much memory it takes?
I don't think any of you know how to do that. One of you may have an ability to do something like that, actually. I take that back. But I don't think that just randomly you guys have that ability. YOLO, one thing that you did notice, and in fact, every once in a while you can even catch it happening again, for, what you would call a frame in a video game's rendering cycle. Every once in a while, it's empty, that list again. But just for like a frame, like it's popping in and out.
That feels like it's being checked, like a list checking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like you got hacked.
I wonder if you're violating the rules of the server.
How you got some virus? Corrupted your character when you corrupted your character when you implanted the other memory, the turnip head.
Yeah, but that's not. I put the turnip head back.
Yeah, the only one you kept was the one that caused you psychic damage.
Yeah.
To answer your other question about the portal manual, this lag on the speech, it'll do that. But yeah, to answer your question about the portal manual, there's nothing in there about like, don't transport portable holes or bags of holding or extra dimensional spaces through a portal. There's nothing like that. There is a warning about putting one folded space within the other, but the warning suggests that that's catastrophic, and so you're going to guess that didn't happen to you.
Okay. I'm going to take the memory gourd out of the item box.
Oh, just out of curiosity, I actually wanted to kind of move a few items around, just like grab a few from my box to my backpack and, back and forth real quick. Just to see if I have lag too or not.
Yeah, which would you like to do first?
Put it on my belt.
Were you doing that while Verde was looking at his sheet?
He had actually explained what he was experiencing, right?
Yeah.
Then I would see like, do I have lag, and kind of go through a few diagnostics, QA stuff that I would do.
Yeah, absolutely, and yes, you absolutely do.
Oh, Hey guys, I got some lag too, so I'm thinking it might just be that we're on a foreign server, and that's what it is.
I'm gonna take the
carrying
memory
around
board,
a massive chunk of
and
memory, maybe
put it inside of my smoking jacket anyway. Still,
Yeah, it works just fine. There's just latency basically, and you realize that the parts of your sheets that are dynamic seem to have the same latency.
fucking weird. But that also makes me feel like my idea about time is correct as well, and that we probably have to finish our business here, or else the world's going to be destroyed.
I wonder, maybe we should find some mundane items and try to see if we can master duping while we're here.
Oh, what if we could
dupe the drop this gold? Everybody grab it at the same time.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Let's try it.
That requires desync, but desync is there.
You guys want to try it?
You don't seem to be able to item do. I'll just let you know ahead of time.
We try it for a second. Meanwhile, Jepic is like, what the fuck?
Right. You just throw something on the ground and all of us just like, boom, 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 like dog pile on it, trying to grab it real quick. Fuck. No, only one of it. God, next time. We all open our hands at the same time. Only one person has the coin.
It's a very strange.
It's more like we all had our hands on the mace, and we all tried to tell to go into our bag at the same time.
Right, exactly.
Just gotta grab it to the person.
Right. Oh, Watts, my friend.
Right. So, a little bit of timey-wimey wobbly. At that point, did I also experience lag?
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you to do me a favor. Can you roll religion really quick?
Absolutely not. I refuse to on sheer principle alone. Fuck.
Nice.
Okay. So while everybody is talking about the inventory process, you sit down for a moment, clear your mind, and you try to form a connection to your goddess. At first, it's no different than it was when you were, on the Isekai world. But after a while, and like a good while, a few minutes of just sort of sitting there listening to the sounds of the swamp around you, and the of the frustrated rabbit who wonders why you haven't just let them go. You get, it's almost like a daydream, almost like I wouldn't call it a vision. It's almost like a passing fancy. But in your mind, very faintly, you get this idea, this sort of like scent of warm cooked cinnamon toast that carries with it a sort of like sense of protection and well-being and just, being awesome and having good stuff. And as you're smelling this and you're feeling these emotions, an image of in your mind begins to form, but almost as quickly as the image begins to form and you make out what would be like a blurry silhouette, it blinks off and then on and then off and then on and then on and then on and then on and then off for good.
Irritation. Could I query the system as to who that was that I saw?
That is a good question.
I don't think that'd be perception, would it? Then it wouldn't be insight.
Yeah, you don't have an ability that lets you do that directly. So this is probably going to be about pure force of will. So there are two different ways that we can express that. One would be through a charisma-based check, something like persuasion. The other would be through a wisdom-based check. I don't know that there's an appropriate action skill for that under wisdom, though. So that might be like perception or insight, probably insight.
Okay. Because I will query the system. I need to form the question because I have to follow it up with a punch. I need to know who that was and how can I reestablish the connection with him? Would that
If
be?
you tell me what the person was like, I might be able to tell you with my vast researcher knowledge.
Oh, this is going on in the middle of your
your
conversation with the rabbit.
I literally just thought about that. Yeah, because the wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. That makes sense.
Right.
Now. Sorry, trying to help.
No, you're good. Trying to see if there's anything I can buff myself with that might help. I mean, everything can, right?
Right.
I guess insight and rated the RNG gods.
Look.
That's a neat color. How'd you get that color?
Alas, it does not seem as if anything happens.
I query the system. Do I have insufficient permissions?
Interesting. All right, I'll give you another insight roll.
It is such a rich purple.
Okay. You again get no response. However, it occurs to you this time that you're literally getting no response. Like, not failing your search, but like your search isn't going through.
Interesting. I query the server. I'm imagining the system as a server. I query the server. What's my connection rate? Basically, I ping the server.
You get no response.
Does it feel the same as the last time, or?
It does, yeah.
So, okay, I do have insufficient permissions.
Perhaps you have no access to this server.
Well, it feels like we're still pulling off of the Isekai server, and we never got transferred to the Heather server.
I think most of our information would be on the Isekai server, and that we're just guests on the Hither server.
Yeah, I think we're locally connected from the Isekai server, so wherever the Hither server is located, distance. So, YOLO, this is usually the time that you would think about something like this. You think any of these offenders here would be malleable enough to be a good understudy?
Yeah, actually, I had something really funny to say after that, and that was to you, Mrs. Jevick. You have a title?
Yeah.
She
Jevic's
just looks
fine.
So I would like to make an actual reasonable, hospitable trade with you. And I sort of bend down to their eye level because YOLO's body is tall. You say Long Scarf is Superman, yes?
He's the best of us.
It's the best of you. Which means that if we beat him at his game, you will follow us, yes?
Why would we follow you?
Because if we beat the best of you, then we're the best of you.
No.
No?
Just
No, we're
means
not.
the
We're not
best of us wasn't good enough.
Yes. Okay. That does sound reasonable. How then do we contest to be worthy of your following, then, if not beating the best of you?
She sighs for a minute and she says, have you considered what that gourd means?
Yes.
The preservation
a little
of the
bit.
people.
Kind of. Kind of.
She says, you're idiots.
No, I'm just new here. I don't come from.
Long Scarf takes things and he keeps them for himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
I
thus,
see. And so
he
you
is
all.
the best of us.
So he's literally taken all of the training, everything that made you good, he took it away from you and made it his own.
Well, yeah. No, that actually doesn't change my original question. We're going to take that and become the best of you.
If you defeat Long Scarf, it won't give it back.
You don't think
We'd
we
have
could
to
make him?
YOLO. We would have to figure out a way to forcibly extract everything he's taken from them into the gourd for you to then to consume it all from the gourd to become the best of them.
Yes. Yes.
And he most likely has a way to resist not giving it up.
Mhm.
And without that, we would simply diminish.
Are you saying you
rather-
rely on him to be the best of all of you, to be your defender or something, your paragon? What is he being the best to you, to your society?
She snorts and she looks at you and she says, can you imagine what it's like to not have the best of you? To know that no matter how hard you strive, no matter what you do, you will never be your best.
Well, yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. Like, that's radical acceptance, my
super
friend.
Easy. Yeah, that's real life. You're only ever the best of yourself at a moment, and then it's gone.
No. This world works differently. Remember, magic. Think of it, the skills. Remember, we rank them up. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yes.
They're locked to where they can't go above 1 or 2. If they hit 3, he takes it from them and makes it a part of himself.
Exactly.
What do you think you would have to take the best?
Well, okay, let me ask you
Mind,
this.
body, and soul.
If he's not able to take them from you, are you not then all able to continue to grow and progress? If he's already got the best already, isn't that enough?
They may be
Does he need to keep accumulating?
They may
It's
be
not
bound
that
to where
we
they
don't
can't.
Change, she starts, and the other one that's awake actually interrupts. He says, she's right, you're idiots. You don't understand. If somebody takes the best of you, they don't just take your skill, they don't just take your experience. They don't just take your strength.
They take all your
They take
potential.
your nobility.
They take your they take your motivation. They take your anything that makes you anything other than a fucking slimy little bandit.
And
Do you
get it?
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
So
This is rough.
it sounds like
So,
then it
can I
isn't
see
something
that?
you want.
Hey, Verde, can I see the
No.
Can I see the bucket? Give me the bucket, Verde.
No,
Yes, please. May I see
No.
the gourd?
It's not a
No.
bucket,
This,
it's a gourd.
This
no, I'm not handing you the gourd.
This-
You
Oh,
know,
is this
I
like
have
a-
an idea. I have a
Is
fucking
this a Lord of the
idea.
Flies moment? Are you going to kill him
No.
for the?
That's right. Piggy.
No.
no, that's
Piggy, I want the conch.
I
No,
am
I have an
literally
idea.
Okay.
7 feet tall.
Dude, yes, and I'm a giant ass regular sized rabbit. Look,
Yeah.
I have an idea. I
Just
have
call
an
me
idea.
you know,
Rabbit,
a
come here.
regular sized rabbit. They're not that big.
You can
There-
have an idea without
Yes.
the gourd.
Come here and let me talk to you about the gourd.
What do you want to talk to me about the gourd about?
You're a pretty ambitious kid. I know you personally. I have since you were,
gonna-
I don't know, born.
I'm gonna take the best, and either I'm gonna drink it, and they're gonna diminish.
No,
And-
they can't diminish.
Oh,
Whatever's
they
in
could
the,
diminish more.
no, they would have to put their more into the gourd. Whatever's in the gourd's what's in the gourd. Okay? But check it out. If we gave them, I don't know, not ambition, because that's like giving Prozac to a depressed person who wants to kill himself. But if we gave
Real.
them
Wow.
what? Been there. That was the 80s, right? We saw
I was
that.
just saying, you're not getting monetized on this one.
All I'm telling you is that the bucket. The
Look,
bucket.
I'm
only
saying,
has-
what if we gave them something,
Yes.
what if
no,
we-
yes.
right?
Yes.
What if you give them something useful?
The
What if you
bucket-
give them rebelliousness against
No, the-
what's its face? Or,
So-
you know-
so the bucket doesn't work like that.
oh, it sure do.
No, the bucket only has stuff that already had it in
Yeah,
it.
so find a memory that will make you feel really punk oi oi.
Right,
Put that right in the
okay,
fucking thing,
okay,
and then
so
force fucking feed
What
it to
you're
them.
suggesting takes a lot of time, and we got 5 people here that we'd have to, hold up for that time.
It's a
and
cool
two,
idea, though, isn't it?
It is an interesting idea. And 2, despite it having to take a lot of time, right? They were just out with the gourd, right? Out and about with the gourd, right? So they are, and I'm sorry to say it, you are a bunch of NPCs with no ambition. They were made that
Yeah,
way.
you know what? I'm going to ask them why they haven't tried this trick.
Well, you're going to ask them something in the middle of my goddamn point.
All right.
Right? My point is that the gourd likely doesn't have that shit in it unless the dude is a sadistic fucking mind fuck, right? It's probably empty well, it's not empty. It probably only has the shit that they were looking for in it, which was specifically
Days Hall.
yeah, exactly. The day's haul of, memories, the best things that were given to them.
Sure enough.
Given to them being the persons whom they mugged.
No, I know.
To be fair, as a freebie, I will remind you that Jebik said that he often likes to put things back in the board.
Oh shit, you
Right.
did say that.
Right.
You can think of it as something similar to a refrigerator. They find the good stuff, they use it, adapt from it, then put it back in. That way they can refresh what they got from it
Right.
later.
Or give it to anyone else they want to give it to. But if you could change that message,
That's
you could
the
put it
thing.
back in, or if you could modify
wait,
it, where you could
wait.
put a
You're all
virus in it,
forgetting
or-
something.
No, wait, Jebik.
Only the
So-
scarf knows how to pull out this specific memory.
Well, actually, I kind of do now.
Yeah, you at least pulled it off once.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just best at it.
But he
So-
doesn't take damage from doing it.
I will give you one more freebie, however.
Oh, huh?
The gourd only holds memories.
Yeah.
So
Not
he can take
properties.
more things than memories with other implements. I would imagine this isn't the only tool he has to extract things from people.
That is a logical conclusion.
I'll ask then to Jebik. I take it this is not the only device used to take things from people, and this takes something different than the other devices. It takes your strength, takes your nobility, takes your joy, takes all these different things. So these are all different implements that his recruits, his conscripts, all of you bandits, go out with to retrieve things and return them to him.
She kind of looks up at you, kind of like over her brow, under her brow, I mean. And a sort of almost wicked smile crosses her muzzle. And she says, if you want that information, then we'll have to bargain. Set us free and I'll tell you.
Give it a second. Your freedom is more valuable than that.
Yeah. There's always the offer that we can make from a position of power. Every hour you don't tell us, one of your friends dies. But
I am getting a little hungry.
Oh shit, we're gonna be like that?
Well, I'm not saying no. I didn't say that's the contract that we're offering, because that's not what we're offering. Because that's not who we are. But your release for that information, I think.
No, but we could.
People
lose houses in a lot of ways, man.
It's that, my dear friends, we are in a position of power. I know I say my dear friends, and you all think these stupid idiot jerks who just happen to be able to beat us up and turn into some little freaky lizard we've never seen before and chase us down and stuff. I know you're not happy with the situation, because after you deal with us, you're gonna have to go home and you're gonna have to deal with Longscarf. And you're going to have to explain to him why his artifact is missing. And I don't wish that upon any of you. That's terrible.
I'll set you free for your memory of Longscarf.
Memory of what?
Of Longscarf.
All my memories of Longscarf, she says.
Yes. It is a life.
You know what you just asked?
Yes, it's a life for a lifetime worth of memories. Honestly, I don't want to make that trade for you. I'm wondering, do you want your best back?
She actually thinks about it for a second, like legitimately thinks about it. Not making a show of it, not already having an answer and trying to justify the argument for it, but literally asking herself the question. She looks back at you after a moment and she kind of shrugs sheepishly and she says, I'm not sure.
Well, you can't know unless you get the chance to try, right?
No, wait. Stop.
Go ahead.
I gotta.
You
I
go
gotta
ahead.
So I think I actually figured out how to work this thing and pull specific memories from it. I could give you the memory of your best so that you could figure that out in exchange for the information that we seek.
No deal, she says. That one's not in there.
Okay. It was worth a try.
No,
Go on with what you're saying. I'm sorry.
My intent is that we don't want to kill Longscarf. Far from it. That would be terrible, because then everybody's best would go with him. We want to.
Yeah, I need that.
We want to return everybody's best. And so that way, instead of having to rely and be likewise under the boot
That's something I think you guys are missing. People possibly gave up their best willingly because their worst was so bad they couldn't actually be their best, and Longscarf was able to fulfill the need for the group. Remember, we're in a land that is obviously facing a lot of strife. What if he's the one keeping the witches back?
I would need some evidence of that, because right now I see 5
Did
lackeys
you say
who
that
got
out loud?
Yeah, he did. We're having a
Yes.
conversation.
Okay. If you do, when you do say that out loud, then both Jevic and the other Paragon both kind of turn their head to the side and spit. But they don't say anything else.
No, I can't come to the
I got that wrong. That's a very obvious no.
Yeah, I can't
I'm sorry.
I can't come to that judgment whatsoever that that's the case.
I'm trying to do a positive spin because I try not to think everyone's a raging asshole.
Well, no, things are terrible right now. The freaking witches have taken over. Things are absolutely going to shit. The swamps, instead of what used to be grasslands, everything's in a horrible state right now. And so for an entire peoples to be oppressed by the person that is their leader, we're not fighting Longscarf right now. I need evidence that he's actually doing anything to help them. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to tie him down and make him undrink every last memory. We get to select which ones he gets back.
Is this how we're going to make him pay for locks or keys or what's her name?
Jingle Jangle?
Yeah. Jingle Jangle.
No, it's our friend there lying on the ground dead that we're doing this for. We've already fulfilled Jingle Jangle's problem here. That's done.
Oh, no, absolutely not. No. This is just one piece of Jingle Jangle's problem. Like, I can see how that's bit, but we need to go all the way up to the source in order to solve Jingle Jangle's problem.
It's that if they're all...
I see what you're saying, though.
Unconsciously or consciously, but disliking the fact that they're all under the boot of somebody who, if he was the best of them and that was represented in deeds, we'd be fighting him and his elites right now. They would be the ones chasing down the distant wayward heroes of the realm from another realm here to do hero stuff. They would be the one homing in on, not you.
Well, they actually don't know if they feel oppressed or not. I just asked them that. They don't know.
I think they're happy with how things are right now because I just said what I did and they both spit at the ground.
I personally want all of you, every last one of you, to be able to be better, to be able to have the opportunity to be your best. It sounds like even the ability to grow as an individual perhaps has been taken away from you to some extent because you only have limited options for what you're able to do.
I mean, you always have limited options.
Yes, but they're a lot more limited when you're under the yoke of a your people's bandit king, bandit tyrant.
This is why you should follow us. We'll get your best back.
Well, we want to get all of your people's best back.
And I mean, if you don't follow us, then when we get your best back, I guess I'm going to have to eat it. Because you're not following us, which means you won't get your best back. And you won't know if you want it back or not.
Then we've lost nothing more than we've already lost.
No, there's potential. Hope.
They've already lost all of that. That's kind of what I was trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, if we beat Longscarf at his game, then they gain something. But if we don't,
no, they don't.
No, they do. We just promised that they would, and if we don't, then they gain absolutely nothing, which is a net loss for us, but still, bare minimum for them. This is only a good deal for them.
Do you think that if we follow you, we won't meet our end?
Yes, you'll get your best back. Because otherwise, then you will meet your end, because we're going to defeat your friend, Longscarf, and then we're going to get the best that doesn't have an owner anymore. And if your best doesn't have an owner anymore, then I'm going to have to eat it, and then I will be your best.
Agden may be the best of us. But he's not the most dangerous thing in Hither.
Oh, definitely not.
You just said that you would protect them from everything that's dangerous here. That's the witches, and those may not necessarily be even the worst thing that's here in the Hither. That's just the scariest thing that I know in the Hither right now.
Well, we're already going to overthrow the witches. That's our plan.
Right, but there could be a bigger, badder bad. Also, remember, there's Yon.
Well, yes, but if we're friends with the bigger, badder bad, that's like protecting them.
Only if they don't. I don't think that works the way you think it does.
It could.
It's
There are a
good.
couple of diplomatic relationships that are, currently going on that are tenuous at best because, they want to stay friends with big bads and also good people. No names dropped.
Yeah, no, I mean you're not wrong. It's just funny to think of it in those terms.
So basically, you're
Yeah.
trying to turn us into corporate America?
Yes, because that's where we're from. Of course we would bring our culture to the Isekai and then the other Isekai world.
Wow, I think there was an isekai about that.
Multiple, actually.
It was called Gate, I think.
I think the another potential option is there is a place where a lot of growth occurs, and it might give them a chance to grow. If you were to take your deceased friend here and go south to that mountain with the legs, throw yourselves upon the mercy of the tree folk there. Ask if you may seek refuge there until the conditions change, and perhaps when you've changed, I believe they will accept you.
Are you saying that we'll let them go if they go seek refuge there and then wait until they get their best back? Because we're going to get that back.
And even if it's not getting their best back, it is a place of growth. They may find new inspiration there that they can't find elsewhere. Consider we're able to plant a stick and make it, well.
I love that the music is like this fanfare right now.
Yeah.
Maybe legendary neurotoxin is right. Maybe. Wait, what is he even? Wait, what?
Yeah, but no. What Jebek says is, "You're fools. She'll kill you all."
Which? Oh, no.
But I will make you this trade, she says. Because that horror is also what made Agden what he is today. If you will give us our freedom, we pledge not to interfere with you or yours ever again. We won't interfere with your fight against Agden. We won't interfere with your fight against Bavlorna.
We as in you and your company here?
Diminish.
By not interfere, you mean you won't go sell this information to somebody else, right?
Correct.
Okay. We got that word. Apparently words mean things to people in these fantasy realms.
If you guys are partial for this, I'm partial for this. I still think perhaps even if this is the agreement we're on, that you still seek refuge at that mountain over there.
Right.
And perhaps good things might come to you, and diminishing might not be your end.
Yes, I recommend taking refuge there. It is a place where you may not diminish, but in fact thrive and grow and have find what it means to be able to live, enjoy simple things, and go from there.
She says, it's a fine, if idiotic sentiment, but we're not welcome there. We have places we can go.
Fair enough. You know your own safety best. We're still getting the information about Longscarf, right? Or Is that a no deal to the not interrupting thing?
Yeah, that would actually violate that agreement. That would be interfering.
I see.
Do they look hungry to me?
It's hard to tell. I mean, they're kind of furry, and they wear not exactly baggy, but definitely loose clothes. And they're hares, so they're kind of lean anyway. But it doesn't look like they're starving or anything.
But they are kind of hurt, right?
Well, you did just beat the crap out of most of them.
Hey, I didn't know if they had regeneration skills. I mean, that's a thing.
Fair?
I feed I give all of them a good berry. Be like, here, have some food. It should heal you up, and you shouldn't be hungry.
Okay. Hold on just a second.
I nod and I go, yes, yes. Give them food. Fatten them up before we eat the rabbits.
No, we're not going to eat the rat. Look, if anyone was going to eat them, I would turn into some sort of large carnivore form, and I would just devour them all real quick. Just make it fast.
What? But I wanted that.
I don't know, guys.
These are all just barely a snack for a brown bear. If I was good, but we're not doing that.
Watch. All people are people. Cows are people. They're just cow people.
I just snort through my rabbit nose.
Yeah.
Life
So
life.
Watts, they accept your hospitality with grace. And Jebik actually, when you offer her food, she takes it. She reaches into her coat, and she produces a small silver coin blackened with age that she throws your way. She says,
"Thank you."
She says that might come in handy on the waterways.
Oh, absolutely. You always need to be able to pay the toll. And
She nods as you say that.
Honestly wish we had been able to meet under different terms. You seem like good people.
You'll have to excuse us, she says with a sort of snide smile. We're not at our best.
Considering the state of the heather and the smell of the sewage, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, are any of us at our best?
Is there any?
No, she says. None of us are.
I don't know. Actually, I'm feeling quite in my element here, but I'm sorry. I don't mean to, dampen the sentiment, but to be perfectly honest, from who I was, before we came to these realms to who I am and what I'm doing now, gosh, you know how old I'm going to be once I get to level 20 and I stop aging as fast? Like, it's going to be awesome.
You're not wrong. Would you want me to manage your friends so you can transverse the swamp a little bit easier?
She thinks about that for a second. Before she nods and she says, that would be very gracious of you.
Of course. You're no longer our enemies, and I see no reason to bear ill will towards you. You didn't exactly do this by choice.
Are there any of your memories in here that you might want back?
She shakes her head. She says, no. My memories he keeps somewhere else.
Okay.
So there is more than one gourd.
I will keep that in mind. Perhaps I'll find them and return them to you.
So combat. Do I just need to select them and roll dice?
That was me checking
I think you could
clicking the checkbox for my wild shape. I hadn't done that apparently.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think you can control click on them to target them, and then do a like cast your heal wounds or whatever spell you have. What is your intention?
I'm going to get them. I'm not going to get them full HP, but I want to get them up and about and stable. Like,
Well, they're already there.
Okay.
You can stabilize. Yeah, you can stabilize them without. Like you guys have basically already done that. So
Yeah.
what I mean by stable is like they're actually conscious and able to
Goodberry
mildly
did that.
function to where they could actually.
Yeah, the Goodberry heals 1d4.
Yeah. 1 point.
I
HP.
have it. No, it's 1d4. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't like gone to edit them in the combat table, but they're up and around enough that if you weren't planning to do like a mass cure wounds or something, I would argue that you probably don't want to waste your spell slots healing them because they're going to be able to heal when they rest anyway. Like at this point, all of their major problems are dealt with. They're just battered and bruised.
Yeah.
Okay. I would give them more good berries in to get them a bit more stable because I have quite a few. Because I always max out my good berries every 24 hours and they don't last, so may as well use them.
Right.
I offer my condolences too. I really did not mean to kill that guy.
Also, Yolo, can I see the gourd for a second? I want to try something.
I have become covetous of my gourd.
You can hold. You can actually hold. You can hold it in your hands, but I just want to cast a spell on it.
I was being a little. I was joking, but here.
Okay. So I target the gourd with mending.
Okay. You don't notice any obvious changes. Like the spell obviously took hold, but it was in pretty good shape to begin with. So while it probably did get mended, it's not in any like obvious way that
what
you
would
can
have
spot
happened
offhand.
to the memories?
Nothing seems to have changed in regards to what kind of magic it's emanating or anything like that at all.
Okay, I was wondering if it would have. Anyways,
right, you were thinking if maybe the vessel were broken or corrupt or cracked or whatever would affect the memories, but no.
While he was doing that, I would be probably asking them if they want like help gathering materials or building something that they can kind of carry their friend back with or whatever.
No, they say we'll be fine.
Okay. All right, then.
I suspect we'll be safer than you.
Oh, well, we're always in danger. There's hey, if you see a dude in black armor and he's starting to kill everything around, you might want to go the other way. It's a mess.
You know what a demon lord is?
Advisement. She looks at you and she says, yes.
There's one of those running around right now.
Here?
Well,
possibly.
I mean, he does seem to be kind of infatuated with our selves, but we might be fated or not fated to have a scripted epic battle against him.
He also seems to be moving witches around everywhere.
Yeah, there's that too.
So he might actually be the one that put the witches in place in Hither.
Got 99 problems, and a witch is, quite a few.
One. Maybe three.
Oh, that's wrong, sir.
More than one. Yeah. Yeah, the two healthiest, Jevik and the other one, kind of stare at each other for a moment and look back and say, well, that's not a problem we want. I appreciate the advice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You didn't see us. If he asks you. Actually, if he asks you anything, I'd probably just pretend to, bite your tongue. Actually, bite your tongue.
You needn't worry. We won't tell anybody about you. That would
violate that deal. No, absolutely. I mean, but he is a demon lord, so it's,
I'm pretty sure they're about to do the best vanishing act in existence and just go somewhere and live their life.
Before that happens, though, if in like any weirdness, right? I did happen to get your best. How would I return it to you? Because if you don't tell me, I'm gonna eat it.
I think the best place to do that would be leave it with the mountain. They're the most honest of folk
They're
here.
not welcome there.
Yeah. He says, when the water is low, there's a river that runs through hither. Where the river meets the southern fog is a village. You can find us there if you truly manage the impossible.
All right. I'm good as anybody else is on this bargain, so you guys have to
Yep.
steal the deal. Thank you for the cool ass water jet.
All right.
I turned my back on Jevik. It's up to anybody else to continue this if they want to.
No, I'm bored now.
Bored now.
At least he's honest.
Plays him like a rabbit. If you get that reference, then you know.
Yep,
Yeah.
no, drifting further and further from actually caring.
Now remind me,
What are we gonna do?
were we on the
Well,
raft
remember, they're hares,
rowing?
not rabbits.
No, I know.
Were we
Or were we
on,
like on you?
well, I know
in-
you
in
guys
shoot-
were on the raft, but I can't remember if I was towing it or if we were paddling it.
You were towing it, I believe, at this time. Because
Okay.
it started to get...
Then I would leverage the amount of time we've been here talking with them into a short rest because I need my wild shapes back.
Okay, that's fair.
Sure, yeah, that probably
And
And I
works.
suppose if we've been there that long, maybe you could probably take your heals back because they'd be able to use their hit dice. Or not, you
So
can heal
mean.
them. You can still heal them.
I shifted it over to good berries, but I wouldn't mind getting a spell slot or two back from tier 1. I don't think I could get a tier 2 off of a short rest because of caster level.
I don't know that you can get any. I thought that was a higher level feature.
I'm magical, baby.
Man.
Well, no, because I thought it was any single caster only ever got that ability at 3, so maybe I'm mistaken.
I got arcane recovery.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was an effect of the gourd or of the reverberation effect on my memory, though. So don't drink too much from this gourd if you do want to.
I think I'm good.
I'm pretty sure you would want to have some mental training before you do anything with it.
I was momentarily interested, and then I watched you, melt your brain for a moment. Thought,
I melted my brain with a very specific memory that was like a reverberating echo of me talking and remembering talking to me, hearing and remembering being talked to by me, but not from my point of view.
yeah,
it was,
totally.
It was
But
very,
also from your point of view, right?
yes, exactly. It was a very traumatizing kind of memory. So I don't know if it was the gourd that did it or if it was the memory.
Yeah, a lack of training or something. Yeah, that gives me pause.
Where is the short rest button? On the combat tracker. Right? It is. All right. All of your resets on short rest should have now been reset. If you want to spend hit dice, you may.
Bitches love cannons. I feel better than ever.
Yeah, I don't need no hit dice.
No, literally, I only had 8 damage.
All right.
Yeah. Perfect for a 1d12 hit die. Maybe even overkill.
Yeah, just a bit. I thought it was a D10 for a second.
What do you mean overheal? Eh?
Alright. Well, then I would probably get in the what was it, like a giant goat or something?
Moose.
Giant moose.
It was a
Right.
giant. It was a giant goat, but I mean,
Yeah,
And
I
I
was
would
gonna
eat
say
a
it
good
was-
barrier
it
as
was
well.
good.
So
Giant
I need
goat's
to prove
fantastic.
one of those.
I don't know, man. A moose doesn't have to be giant.
Oh, it's a 1d4, not a 1d6. My bad.
I'll take the 2 either way, though. That's fine.
Okay.
Also, moose swim in the Pacific Ocean.
That's true.
You could be a moose. They also know how to dive.
Think about a giant
sure.
goat climbing up a mountainside at 80 degrees. You know, like how they go
Has
almost.
nothing to do with swimming.
Yeah, no, but like being able to do what's it called? Goat things. It's pretty awesome being able to do them at a giant size. Like the water's no big deal. I'm a giant goat.
It seems like a bad idea.
Well, it's been good so far, so you know.
You're not wrong.
Indeed. Here, let me close this somewhere in a swamp map. Even though you have it all, let me go ahead and share the other map.
I wonder. So we're at one of the pipe exits. Would I be able to determine where a place of power in the hither would be?
I don't think so. Maybe like you may be able to see, you may be able to realize that a place is like sacred or had been profaned, but you're not a druid and you're not a wizard, so I don't think you would be able to like.
I am a
key into
wizard.
Ley line. Oh, you are a wizard. I forgot about that. Right, but you're a level 1 or level 2 wizard.
I am currently level dos.
Yeah, let's see.
Wizard cleric.
I'm a cooking maestro. What can I say? That's literally, I'm a food domain cleric and a foodie wizard. Gastromancy. It's the best.
Let's see. Yeah, you might be able to. That would probably take some effort. Like that would take some time.
Right. I wouldn't do it right now, but I would think I would be able to do a combination between cleric and wizard to determine it.
Right, like maybe a mix of arcana
Divination.
work and divine sense or something. Right, exactly. Yeah, that's probably possible.
Okay. Next time we're doing a camp at a good spot, that might be something I'll try to do because, well, feels like a good idea.
Now, as I recall, you were all on your way to that village that you saw in the north. Is that correct?
Yeah. The one right above the bubble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is it still your intention to continue in that direction?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we were going to check out the water spout along the way here, and so we were going to go to the next text, check that out.
Okay. That makes good sense to me. Okay. Well, we can go ahead and move you into that X. And I can tell you what you see there. You actually hear it before you see it. There's a sound like a waterfall, but also a sound of heavy rain. And as you crest a small hill, you where? Oh no, I've lost my sound menu. Wow, already failed. Thanks, Fantasy Grounds. But yeah, so anyway, you hear the sound of falling rain, the rush of water down a waterfall, and as you crest a hillock, you see before you, at the base of the hill, on a plain, is a well, only instead of being a place where one dips a bucket to get water, it seems to be geysering water out in a Bellagio-esque fountain.
How does it smell?
Pretty bad. The water is like a dark green. You can even sometimes see clumps of what you would guess are like moss or mud or algae or something being thrown up with the water.
Disgusting! Which one of you didn't flush the toilet? This is what happens.
I would most likely do some prestidigitation to make it where I don't smell that shit.
That's fair.
Oh, grim.
The best part is everyone will smell it with me because of my magic.
You know what? We gotta see if we can plug this thing. I think this is one of the things that's causing this whole zone to flood.
That makes sense.
You guys are gastromancers. Let's make some fat.
Fat bird. You're saying a fat bird?
Yes, I say we pipe this up with some fat.
We'd have to do
Jesus.
that from below. We can't do it from above. It would just keep spurting out. No.
No, you're missing it. We will create a
Yep.
spout.
No,
of
we need
fat.
we need to pour straight concrete in here. A lot of it.
Okay, step one, we'd have to wait for it to go the other direction before we could do anything.
Well, no, that's why the concrete doesn't care. It's so heavy, the water will go past it instead of shooting it out. It'll eventually fucking block it. Dirt.
But we already know that this will stop to where we
just need some lime, some, caustic soda.
As you get close to the well, you notice that beneath the umbra of the gushing water is one glistening orb of light sort of orbiting around the well in a almost desultory patrol. When you get relatively close, within about 100 feet, it peels off from the well and sort of listlessly drifts its way over to you. You don't sense any hostile intent, but it also doesn't speak or engage. It's just an orb of light.
It's a willow. Will o' the wisp. Don't follow them, they're dead.
Right. Don't follow it.
It seemed to be following us.
No, I know. It came sort of floated up to see you. It actually stops in front of each of you one by one. Hey, there are 4 of you. That's handy.
It could be an eye. It could be somebody looking at us.
It gets to you, YOLO, and it actually it's sort of comical. In fact, it zooms up to you and then immediately zooms back a foot as if you smelled or you had scared it or it was in some other way driven off.
Yeah,
and then it moves on to Watts.
You got a fucking problem? No, get back here.
And Watts, when it does, it pulses brightly for a moment. and you feel, what's the best way to describe it? You feel relieved, and also a little hopeful, and you gain inspiration.
Lawrence, you a friendly one. You give me hospitality. Here, have a good berry.
And for those that don't remember, inspiration is a D4 that you can use on any one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Still have my inspiration.
Correct. You have not yet lost your inspiration.
It's that little check mark in the top right-hand corner of the screen.
Yeah, it's the gold star on your icon on the table.
Well, it appears as that once you check your inspiration bit.
Yeah, I already set it up for Watts. He's good.
Okay. I just didn't see the gold star, so I thought I'd inform him.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if it, I wonder when Fantasy Grounds does its updates, because I did that a while ago. At this point, like at least 45, 50 seconds ago.
Yeah, so realistically, I don't think we're going to get the ingredients for concrete here.
Maybe not. I mean, you can make quicklime at least.
Quicklime is water soluble, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, you still need cement. It's not concrete in and of itself, but it's a step on the way.
Yeah.
What you really need is fly ash, though.
Yeah. From a volcano.
That would be best, yeah.
I don't see any
burning all
volcanoes,
those flies though, so hard.
Yeah. After it does that, it flits away and goes back to orbiting the well.
I don't exactly have anything that could plug up a geyser right now.
I'd like to walk around and take a closer look at the well and give it the good religious and arcane check and all of that to just really figure it out. Because obviously these souls are bound to this place. I'm a little curious as to why.
Get drowned here.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to roll me some dice?
Do I actually do the arcane and religion, etc., or is there a specific one else that you would like me to roll?
Any of those will work, but they will give you different sorts of information.
Okay, I'm going to start with
the question is, what kind of information are you looking for, basically?
Partially trying to determine the craft of what this is and if there's like an off switch. I'm trying to figure out what's binding the souls to this place.
Okay. So for the first one, I will take either Arcana or History. Okay. These are very obviously enchanted wells. Like, you don't even need to cast Detect Magic to know that they have been at least at some point enchanted, because you can clearly see wrought into the stone several various wards and charms that seem to be about purifying and detoxifying the water within. They are clearly not active at present.
Okay, like they've been corrupted or just turned off?
They don't seem to have been molested in any way that you can tell themselves. So you would guess turned off, suppressed, maybe robbed of their power in some way. But they're clearly not doing their job, even though they seem to be intact. because what's coming out of that well is not pure clean water.
Okay, I would mutter aloud, "How dare they taint the water?" And while doing my, I guess, religion check for the souls.
Okay, yeah.
Skadoosh.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Where were you when I tried was connecting to my goddess? Yep, they're dying.
Right. Yeah, so it's pretty obvious from looking at the structure of the well. It's only about 10 feet across. Its structure is relatively tall, like it actually rises up out of the plane by a good like 20 feet. But most of that is the sort of like stone dais or like courtyard piece that it is built in the middle of. The well itself is pretty humble. It's only about 4 feet tall, and like I said, about 10 feet wide. It's pretty deep, however. The only runes are on the well, and none of them are religious in nature. So from that, you deduce that while there's clearly enough space on the stonework for people to gather and talk and socialize, it probably wasn't in the practice of any sort of religion that you're aware of. It's probably more likely that given that you kind of found this in the middle of nowhere, it was probably a like well on a trade route or something similar, a place where people could rest or perhaps even exchange goods while they had access to clean water. Yeah, you can't tell why the magic isn't working, i.e., it's not a curse, nor is it a desecration. But given the transformed nature of Hither itself, it may also simply be that the realm itself is preventing it from functioning appropriately in the same way that it is bringing the floods and all of the other things that you've seen.
I'm guessing since I'm next to the well, possibly one of the wisps are nearby, right?
Correct.
I can't remember, guys. Are wisps able to actually talk like us, or do they use other forms of communication? I can't remember.
I don't think wisps have a language.
Wisps are souls, so they do have intelligence and emotion and personality. However, they do not have a way to express themselves outside of you using some magic that allows the communication with a soul.
There you go.
I don't know. Motherfucker shunned me. That was enough fucking communication for me to understand.
Okay. I
It did
feel bad
react
for
like
him.
you had cooties. I mean,
Well, you also are 3 souls in one vessel, which is kind of weird. So I could appreciate why one soul would be like, what? And then try not to get a sword by you because they think you're a soul eater.
That's racist.
that's funny.
Well, they don't want to be eaten.
No, now I want to eat it. You should have been nice to me. Fucking.
You're like a cannibalism kick today.
What do you mean?
I guess it's not actually cannibalism, but
I'm like, I wanted to eat a rabbit, and now a ghost.
yeah, I'm just saying you're into eating sentient things. That's weird. I guess it's a vor thing. That's weird, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to kink shame though. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not going to question it about it even being a kink. Everything you eat has been sentient at one point.
Interesting. I suppose that's true. But I think you understand that wasn't exactly what I meant, right?
Damn, I want to be a cynical, like, pedantic asshole, but yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying, that there's like a flavor. If we're going to, stick to the food puns.
Right.
I can't help it that we're a bite above the rest, guys. Come on.
I'm just saying, the complex enough life forms that you start to worry about things like prions,
There's magic here. That's what I have Watson for.
I see.
We get to enjoy all of the most luxurious meals without like any of the actual hassle.
Yep. Would you please cast Greater Restoration on my brain?
How many times
I
does
mean,
it take
once I
Watson
learned the spells, sure.
How many times does it take Watson to learn how to cook pufferfish? Well, less with me.
That's funny.
I'm resistant to poison.
All right. So, I think I would actually try to gather them all over and, ask of them.
There's only the one, just to be clear.
I would ask it. Can you show me which of these spells needs to be fixed?
Can you roll persuasion for me?
Sure.
Yeah, you go talk to your fucking buddy over there. See if I care. I give the will o' the wisp a rude gesture.
Okay. It floats over to you and kind of zips around the well, and then it floats over to you again.
All of it.
Okay. I guess I'm going to start walking around it and seeing, kind of talking with Watts about what we can decipher with it. Which one is which spell, and what parts of it appear to be wrong or broken or in need of repair.
Okay. The things that you can easily identify, because there are a few things that you can't identify, but you would guess that they're related.
And I'll tell the wisp that this is what we're doing, and let it try to point things out to us as it can.
Sure, absolutely. But yeah, so like I was going to say, there are a few things you can't obviously identify, but you recognize structurally that they are like magic of some sort. However, you can make out runes for purify food and water. Another rune for let's call it mage armor, I guess. And another rune for mending. None of which seem to have any magic in them, but are otherwise completely unscathed. In fact, as you look at the well, you realize none of them are actually damaged. They're just not working.
Let's try. Can you cast mending on this mending one here?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. If you cast mending, you will note that while dust gets cleared off and minor surface scratches get repaired, nothing else seems to happen.
So that wasn't enough to kickstart it. Is there? I'm going to ask the wisp. Friend, is there something somewhere around here that we can use to reactivate these?
Mending is a very loud spell. Sorry about that.
I didn't get the siren escape on yet, so I didn't hear it. How do I get that on, by the way? I didn't.
I can generate another link. Yeah, but there was a link in chat at one point.
Sounded so impressed about that.
All right.
And hey, there's my sound panel. Nice.
Click it. I click that. I click that. Yes. Click to start. Click.
Can you pull your magical energies within the runes and get it to work that way?
Oh, what was that?
I was asking the spellcasters that do it at a whim and not in a blind rage like I do. If they can pour magical energy into the individual runes like a power button.
Gotcha.
It almost feels like that there's a component missing. Like there needs to be a component inside of the rune itself.
Maybe
It's not, it's not holding a charge.
Magical energy to charge it up. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is
man, battery's busted.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like maybe there's not actually a battery in there.
No. Yeah, but you still haven't tried like actually actuating the power of the runes.
Right. Just applying direct current, basically.
Yeah. You've just tried fixing it. Like just apply a current.
Like channel divinity.
Channel something.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need to have channeling ability to do that.
Yeah. I mean, he is both a cleric and a wizard.
That is true.
I would ask the Wisp, is this water normally supposed to go up or down? Can you go up or down to let me know?
Oh yeah, it bobs down.
Okay, so this is going the wrong direction.
It bobs up and down when you say that.
Has it been going the wrong direction since the witch took over?
It again bobs up and down.
And it wasn't doing it before that?
It again bobs up and down.
Okay, thank you. That confirms what I suspected. This is the witch's doing. Oh.
Well, she is a foul creature, so most likely she wishes to befoul the land to make it easier for her to corrupt it.
Again.
You know where the origin of this water source is?
It kind of does a circle in the air. You get the impression that it doesn't know how to answer that question.
We don't know the source of the stream. Okay.
Well.
Huh.
I guess it's more of spout.
Is this a magical effect or a spell?
Yeah.
Not in the sense that it's an ongoing spell that you could identify, but I mean, it's clearly magical in some nature. But it's not like you're like, oh, it's Nimbus's dangling hose, like it's not like that.
Nimbus's dangling hose is circumcised.
It's also blue.
Also blue, right? Yes.
Actually, Adam, I bet Nimbus probably
isn't. Is this
isn't.
magical effect innate to or imbued within the object, or
Nimbus probably isn't.
There is no active magic in the object at present.
All right, fuck that then.
That has been discerned. Look at me, nice. Yeah, that has been discerned by the group. Yeah.
What? Is there a way to reactivate this?
Are you asking the Wisp?
Yeah.
The Wisp slowly bobs up and down.
Can you show us where we can find out how to do that?
It holds still for a moment. Then it kind of does a circle in the air really quick. And then it zips off in the direction of the mountains to the north, comes back, zips off into the direction of the mountains to the north, zips back, bobs up and down.
So it's in the mountains to the north. Okay. I just forgot. What's the name of the queen that was ruling here beforehand? Before the Groans?
Zabilna?
The good one.
Yeah, Zabilna. Yeah.
I was like, is it Zabilna that would be able to fix this?
Yes, it nods up and down, bobs. Yep.
And she's still for sure in the mountains to the north.
It kind of shakes, like again does that circle. Like you get the impression it doesn't know.
Okay. But the last time you knew where she was there.
Bobs up and down. Exactly.
Are you bound to this location?
It shakes side to side.
Do you want to help us try to restore the land?
It floats up to you. It pulses brightly for a moment. You gain a sense of hope and trust. And you gain inspiration.
All right.
At which point it returns to orbiting the well. Obviously, it's not going to accompany you, but it's down with your cause. Apparently,
Guess I can't eat this one.
No, and I don't know if it has any liquid to give. I was going to say if it could maybe provide a helpful memory to us, but I don't think it's going to work like that.
yeah. If you were to offer it the gourd, I don't think it would be able to interface with it.
Didn't think so.
Get Gordy.
Oh, there we go. Now I can hear your music. It was quiet there.
Oh yeah. It's like a ambient. What do they call it? A bed. So it just kind of happens in the background with small.
It's so
sounds.
quiet. It wasn't even coming through the audio. Oh well.
Funny. Yeah, I can actually only hear it in my headphones. If I'd run it on my speakers, it's too quiet there. I was messing with it before we were playing. I don't mind that though. Like, I would prefer that it not be super obtrusive, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Which is why warning everybody who's listening, terrible sounds coming. But when I hit the mending sound effect, I was like, oh my God, because check this out. They are clearly not normalized against each other.
Wait, no, let me hear that again.
That time wasn't so bad, actually. That time wasn't as bad as before.
Let me hear that one more time.
Yeah, that's because I turned it down 20%, by the way.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, that doesn't even bring it to the red.
I own a couple of the magic, like just magic packs, and I've fucked with them before quite a bit. Yeah, they're loud. But if you turn them down about, 2/3 or so, they're
yeah. The one thing I do like about their integration, not that they are a sponsor, they're not in any way, endorsing it or anything, but one of the things I do like is that they have these like data packs. So if I want, if you're going to cast mending, so you're like, hey, I cast mending, and you like drag it into chat or whatever, that, right? If I click on that, I can just play the sound right from it.
Yeah. Peep, 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 peep.
I've been relatively low key with it tonight, though, because I both didn't want to be obtrusive and didn't want to like distract myself,
Right.
I could see the too much sound being a thing.
Yeah. Also, you got to write it like a DJ, so it's task switching. You know what I mean?
absolutely, yeah. It was actually, I liked doing it because it kept me active. It kept me like paying attention, and
Yeah, I was really hoping I could hand you the wheel. I was really hoping it was going to work that way. Like I knew it wouldn't because of personal experience, but
sure,
I really wanted it to.
It's a good feature.
Yeah. I get why they didn't implement it. I understand the technical debt it would incur. Damn it, they should have.
Yeah, totally.
I'll ask, until we have a way to restore this, is there any way we can seal it?
Shake side to side.
Darn. Oh. Probably don't want to
See if it would
cement this
taste good.
because it is a good well usually.
I think it was determined that you guys didn't have access to the right materials for cement, right?
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah,
But in the long
absolutely.
term, we probably don't want to do that either because we want this to be able to be functional.
Right. Though to be fair,
Okay.
you could probably get that plug out. I guess depending on how you laid it, but you know.
Yeah. Could still be a pain in the ass. It might be someone else's pain in the ass that we wouldn't be even here to deal with, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. So next up. Is that a giant blob on the map?
It
We don't
is
know
a
yet.
giant blob on the map in the sense that it's like some sort of spherical, bubbly thing.
Hmm. Does it look like a blob or does it look more like a magic dome?
It's hard to tell from this distance. It doesn't jiggle though.
Alright. Well,
I look
guys,
forward to getting close to it.
let's fuck around and find out.
Yeah. Fuck around and find out.
Alright.
All right, you make your way through the grass. Well, the mud, let's be honest. You as you approach, you get closer to it. You begin to think that maybe it's like a marble or something. Because it's almost perfectly spherical and it's glassy. However, the closer you get to it, the less solid it appears until you realize that what you're looking at is a gigantic bubble. That its bottom is attached to a sort of like annular protrusion from the mud. And even though it is not jiggling, you get the impression that if you were to push it and it didn't pop, it would probably like jiggle or like roll to the side. Like it looks like a soap bubble made of some liquid, and inside of it is a noxious green gas. Like comically Joker green. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh.
I wonder how much volume the gas would take up in our bags if there's some way that we could siphon some of this off into one of our bags or something. Like get a little hypodermic tube sort of thing going in and steal some of this gas. So if someone's like, oh, what's in the box? Open it for it. You hold your breath and be like, all right, gas.
So it's like a soap bubble?
Kind of, yeah. So you do like more like a soap bubble filled with smoke, though. Like if you've ever seen anybody on YouTube do the creative bubble art shit, that kind of stuff.
I'd tap it.
I'll try to be a safe distance away before he taps it.
Good idea.
Okay.
I'm
how
not
far
doing
do
it
you
with my
think is a
finger.
safe distance?
I have mage hand.
I don't know. Probably at least 100 yards.
Okay. What's the range of mage hand?
30, yeah, it's 30 feet.
Okay.
So I'm 100. I'm a football field away. All right, give it a shot.
Okay. Does anybody want to tell me where they are?
Yeah, I'm with the one who's a bit far away. Hey, I find a good rock to hide up there. Are there rocks here?
Gotcha.
It's a small. Maybe a good route.
Yeah, some good cover is a
And
good
you're gonna-
idea.
You're gonna pop it from 30 feet away with your mage hand, I assume.
No, he's trying not to pop it. He just wants to poke it.
It's like a gentle caress.
Okay. You're just
You
I
pick
get
up like a 10-foot pole with your mage hand and then try to pop it. I'd be okay with that.
it. Jeez. That's funny.
Couldn't just
Okay,
pop it with 100-foot lat. Oh, never mind.
That's funny. Okay, yeah. Can you a survival check? What?
Sure.
Oh,
Skadoosh.
Nice. Okay. So you cast your mage hand. You gently place the mage hand's finger on the surface of the bubble and press ever so slightly through the surface to the wet. Yeah, you managed to not pop it, but it's got the consistency of like, it's probably like 5 pounds of force, maybe, but it's got the consistency of like a water balloon.
Ooh. Okay. I want to cast a spell. I wish to destroy water.
Okay. And you're going to cast that on the bubble?
I'm going to cast it on what's inside of the bubble if I can.
Can you, here, actually, I can just go look it up. 1 second. Destroy water. Wow, that's a spell name.
Yeah, it's not like
Sea-spawn.
lead or steel that he's trying to cast it through. I think being able to permeate through the other side of a bubble member would.
Yeah, it's just line of sight, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you could destroy fog in a 30-foot cube within range.
Yeah, okay. Show enough. Funny, that one does not have sound effects. Like, I have no idea what the fuck that sounds like.
Creating the sound most likely sounds like someone peeing. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, deduct yourself the spell slot if you need to. Oh, it's level 1. So yeah, deduct yourself the spell slot. You cast it on the green gas inside. There is a moment where the bubble seems to almost act as if somebody from the outside had squeezed it, and it contracts in on itself. As it does, the mist inside turns into a sort of like green snow that precipitates down to the bottom of the bubble and falls into the annulus below. The bubble is still there, though mildly deflated.
Is it now very clear what's inside of the bubble?
Well, now there's nothing in the bubble.
There's absolutely nothing in the bubble.
No, the bottom of the bubble was protruding out of a sort of like conical crater in the ground, which apparently is some sort of pit, because when you destroyed the water, turning what was left into solid precipitates, they fell through the hole in the bottom, never to be seen again.
Interesting. Didn't see that coming. Okay.
well played, though. Maybe if it's empty, we pop it now, so that way it doesn't disperse if it gases again.
Possible? I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Wow.
Yeah. What spell was that?
That was popping marsh gas bubble.
All right.
Wait, I want to hear. Just compare that. Give me. What does acid splash sound like? Or whatever
What does
the
acid splash sound like?
the cantrip one.
Yeah. That's acid splash, right?
Acid something.
Really complicated for a cantrip, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cantrip shouldn't sound grand.
That had more sound effect than me creating or destroying water. That's kind of infuriating.
Pop. The bubble went pop.
Then again, it is a giant bubble, so I can kind of appreciate.
Oh, wait.
Well,
Create or destroy water. Why didn't this come up earlier?
Yeah, no, that one sounds like a spell from like Heroes of Might and Magic.
That sounds like you're waiting in the lobby to go see some like SeaWorld or Disneyland sit in a theater attraction, and
That's
it's
amazing.
like brought to you by Arrowhead.
Not a sponsor.
The Nestle.
fuck you, Arrowhead.
Never a sponsor.
Fuck you, Arrowhead. Selling bottled water should be a right.
You will hear no argument
Didn't-
from me.
Depose kings just to have you sell us water.
Fucking Nestle.
Selling water is murder. But it really is.
It's fucking violence.
You realize as you're standing there contemplating the bubble,
Didn't we pop it?
that you can hear gurgling from beneath your feet.
Oh shit.
Him or everyone?
Everyone.
All right, let's get to that house and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We're gonna have to paddle it or drag the boat or something because I'm out of wild shapes.
I have an oar. Made of wood.
Yeah, you'll make it. You'll be all right.
I
You know,
literally
I'm kind of curious about something.
made it.
Uh-huh.
No. Yes. Okay, guys. As
What
we're
you
about
got?
120 feet from it, firebolt.
Okay.
Okay.
You wanna
Alright,
actually
this-
cast that one? Like throw the dice for me?
So dude's there.
Everyone or just them?
Kaboosh.
Just that.
It's the size of a freaking barn. How did I miss?
Yeah, it's so
Come on, Mark.
you throw your firebolt. Maybe it's the distance, maybe it's just the fact that everything's muddy and so your aim got thrown off at the last minute. But you manage to fall about 18 inches short. When the firebolt touches the ground, however, there is a sound like a massive wet fart and a jet of bright blue flame, about the span from one shoulder to another across, and probably 30 feet high, spurts out of the mud,
Nice.
and lasts for a good 12 seconds.
I'm gonna cackle
Cool.
for a second and be like, "Oh, the flame spurts. There's a popping sound before each one of those."
Methane gas, anyone? We're in a swamp, baby.
No, I'd
The
like to
fire
have a home
swamps,
here.
my friend. The fire swamps. Now all we're missing are ROUSs.
I don't believe they
I don't
exist.
think
And then
they exist.
I look down
Yeah.
at my pants and I go, oh, wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's got
don't
buck
you fit
teeth.
that one, bro?
Do it again.
Yep. Rabbits of unusual size. I guess they exist.
Third time's the charm.
God.
I have a ring of spell storing. Give me the cantrip and let me throw it.
I'm pretty sure that bubble's now gone, so I'll let you do
You
it at the
didn't
next
say-
one.
You didn't say the bubble popped. You just said a fire spouted. Bubble's still
That's
there.
true.
Oh,
It's still
The
there.
bubble's deflated though, so you can't really tell at this point whether it's intact or not.
Oh man, there'll be an explosion.
Well, in fact, after you get about a mile away, you do hear a very loud boom, and the ground shakes for but a moment.
God damn it. I missed it. I look back.
You see a pillar of green fog or smoke behind you.
Shake my fist. Next time.
I kind of want to watch it a little bit closer next time because that had to be an amazing kaboom.
Oh, of course. Well, I
Go
doubt
to this
that's the
house.
last
Okay.
time we'll see gas here.
What? Like a sign. Last chance for gas. 300 miles. Okay, so you approach at first what you thought was a village, but you realize, in fact, that it's actually really just one structure, kind of jutting out of the swamp. It's just it's got a couple of different gables across its roof. You realize though that it's an honest to God inn. Like you can even hear the sounds of people talking and eating food from inside.
Oh my god. I'm starving.
Awesome. Time to find the monster. And
I mean, I'm dead, but I could pretend.
And on that note, I think we're going to call it a night.
Sounds
Not even
good.
to the sound of merrymaking in a tavern.
Nope, just as you approach the tavern.
Why is it whenever that happens, I feel like there's going to be a fight the next time
Right?
because we're going to go inside of the tavern and
Entering
Well-
the tavern is a triggering moment. I get it.
Uh,
No, I mean, from what you can tell from the outside, it seems like a pretty chill place.
there's an inn, there's a merry old inn beneath an old grey hill. There they grew a beer so brown that the man in the moon himself came down one night to drink his fill.
Where were
Nice.
you raised again?
What?
Nothing.
he was raised in
Nothing.
Colorado.
No.
Colorado.
He was raised in the Middle Ages.
Bob,
As I said, he was raised in Colorado.
At
That
least
song- that song was
Just the
written-
guy from Oklahoma. Come on.
that song was not written in the Middle Ages. That
No, I
song
know.
was written by a linguist whom all of us know.
Right, that was for The Witcher, wasn't it?
No,
No?
older.
Is it? Oh, is it Skyrim?
No, Jesus fucking Christ. The Witcher is older than Skyrim.
Is it? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
Witcher,
from book.
I meant Witcher 3.
Oh, The Witcher is based on books, Bob.
No, I know. I meant the song. Was it one of the songs in the game? That's all.
No. Though you were closer with an author. He's a linguist and he's an author. And
Oh.
any fantasy nerd knows.
Oh, it's a Tolkien song.
Yes, there you go. Well done. You did it. You were there.
Got there.
You're token mad.
Uh,
Thank you so much, Night Hunter. That was fun. Yep. Thanks, man.
Definitely.
Good stuff. All right, and everyone out there, see ya later.
The memory gourd
Having
has
this
to be the
awesome-
most interesting.